And welcome to the Cryptonaut podcast. I am Mark Storrs, and as always, I am joined by Mr. Christopher Carnicelli.
Hi, guys.
And Robert Thomas Morphy II.
Heck yeah.
Christopher, welcome back.
Hey, thanks.
I know we missed you last week.
Your neck is moving. You look like you're not in pain.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
You know, not bad.
Okay, good.
Considering.
Just making sure.
No, I never know until I wake up that day and be like, oh, well.
That's it. Just not moving.
Yeah, that's today's not happening.
All right. Well, you know what? It is happening today. Thank you for joining us, Cryptonaut Podcast. Before we get started, we got some little housekeeping things here. As we mentioned last week, some of you may notice that we have ads in the front and the back of the podcast.
Fancy pants.
They are from our advertising, what they're called Advertise Cast. They're part of our hosting company, Libsyn, and we are super excited to be working with them because they get us hooked up with advertisers. So if you support them, you support us.
Yes.
Like Geico, and I heard one today for St. Joe's Hospital.
Oh, no, see, that's legit.
There you go. So,
They be helping mothers.
Yeah. It's definitely regional. So, like, if you hear like an ad for a used car lot in your area, you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, fucking Rendlesham Brothers fucking came through for the boys." No,
the Rendlesham Brothers.
It's all part of a network. So
Right
don't worry
on.
about it. We have a new store, cryptonautmerch.com, crowd-made exclusives. Be sure to check that out. Some dope shirts, some dope mugs, a really cool sticker sheet that I will push to the ends of the earth.
It's really dope. And
It is
we're going to
so
do
fun.
more. I mean,
yeah.
I know we said it. I'm not going to elaborate too much, but I've got plans for stickers. I love stickers. I love drawing that shit. And a whole series of every fucking creature we have done is eventually going to be stickerfied.
Yeah.
In ways most people haven't seen yet because they're a little more cartoony, a little more
pretty
fun
stoked.
and dynamic, the way I like to do things. So it's really fucking exciting.
So be sure to check that out, cryptonautmerch.com. And as always, hellerspace.com, TeePublic is still there. Coming up on our Discord server, Friday, September 23rd, 8:30 p.m., Crypto Bingo.
Oh.
Currently, when this is released, I believe, the voting will still be going on. So they're going to be voting for what episode they're going to listen to do bingo with. So if you're on the Discord, be sure you go to the announcements in the left-hand tab there under the events. Place your vote for whatever episode you want to listen to, and that will be what is getting done for bingo.
Oh, that's fun.
So again, be sure to check that out, Discord, which is accessible to everyone that's on our Patreon.
Every single person.
I worked on that whole thing today right there.
Right on.
I made that connection. Took me way too long to do it. Let's give some shout-outs to some good Patreon folks, Rob.
Oh, yes.
Let's do it.
Jenny Rolfe.
Hell yeah, Jenny. What up?
Mo Hamblegum.
What up, Mo?
Hamblegum.
I like it.
Bill Remodeling Room. One word.
I hope we're with you while you're remodeling the room.
Yeah, definitely. I hope it makes it go a little better. I hope it's a process you enjoy.
I hate remodeling. Good job, or good luck, Bill.
I don't even like moving furniture. Jesus. Lord Kimbote.
Nice. Thank you, Lord Kimbote.
Corey Brown.
What up, Corey? I know Corey's all over our socials. What's happening, dude?
Fleming Rasmussen.
Hell yeah, Fleming.
The
Fleming
Rasmussen. Maybe not. I don't know.
Who knows? We don't know. It'd be exciting. That's T-H-A, Siegel.
Hell yeah.
Rachel Salomon.
What up, Rachel?
Morgy Porgy Puddin' Pie.
Oh, what up, Morgan Porgy?
Benjamin Parkhurst.
Nice. Thank you, Mr. Parkhurst.
Katrina Walker.
Hell yeah, Katrina.
Jedediah L. Lindsley.
I love the name Jedediah.
Oh, it's so good.
So cool.
Nothing wrong with Jebediah, but Jedediah.
Jedediah.
Oh, that's got some import.
I like
it. That's the biblical fist. I hope you don't get stuck with that nickname.
No, dude, if your name is Jedediah.
Jedediah, the biblical fist. That's Lindsley.
I feel like that's some sort of weird hybrid kung fu movie.
Yeah,
the
it could
biblical fist?
Kung fu, or at least like low-end wrestling.
38 levels of biblical fist.
Oh, my gosh. Buddhist palm
Kung fu guy
biblical
just makes
fist.
it into Israel and the Iron Age.
I'm all about it.
I have no
I
idea.
would watch that movie so hard.
I want it.
Rounding it up with Miguel Botello.
Thank you all so very much for continued monthly support. And again, that is over at patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. Oh, shit. This email came in hot this evening.
Mm-hmm.
We got Fishy Freaks, the wet, wild, and weird.
Getting back to the roots, kids.
Oh, man.
Fish.
I like this.
Going to the base. the genesis of evolution. Chris is right, though that's not what I meant.
No, we're just like, get back to basics.
Fish.
This is where it all started from, folks. We all were fish one day, climbed out of the ocean. Now we got dink balls and all kinds of shit. And
This
here we
is
are.
Pleistocene as fuck. We are fucking emerging from the water.
Get ready for
Fish. Oh, shit.
But more on point about getting back to the OG is that we are just dipping into something that we don't do nearly enough, but it is our bread and butter. It is where we came from when we originally created American Monsters back in the day, and Cryptopia and all the other adventures all of us have been on, and that is crypto-fucking-zoology. We're getting back to just anomalous animals, things that exist and are not identified yet. The thing that brings me, I mean, I love my aliens, I love my paranormals and my conspiracies, but a good cryptid just really pumps the old nads.
All right, man. Well, let's get our hands out and pump those nads, boys, because here we go. While hairy, hulking, forest-dwelling monstrosities and elephantine entities swimming in murky inland lakes have fascinated those of the Fortean bent for centuries, the fact remains that the vast oceans are the most abundant source of life on Earth, and one of the few places where both mainstream scientists and cryptozoologists agree there are amazing biological discoveries yet to be made. Here we will discuss just a few of the extraordinary animals that got away.
The one that got away.
Dang.
One goddamn weird fish with 3 heads. I had 1 foot and 3 heads and no fingers.
Oh my god!
But I had a hand.
That's like a yokai Ghidorah.
Yeah.
I love it.
There you go. Fish that's all heads.
Yeah,
All heads.
dude.
Oh, like a ball of heads.
No fins.
Yeah,
just
I love
fucking
it.
all heads.
Oh, all heads all the time.
Let's do it.
Whether delicately plucked from the unimaginably dangerous depths by the robotic arm of a deep-sea submersible, or unceremoniously scooped up in the net of a rusty fishing trawler, the world's vast and mostly unexplored oceans are chock full of surreal species that seem more like something that one would find in a sci-fi flick than a scientist's aquarium. But while many of these heretofore unknown animals have been captured, killed, and cataloged, there are some that made tantalizingly brief appearances before literally swimming through the cracks of natural history. According to Brent Swanser, in his 2017 article, Mysterious Captured Cryptid Fish That Disappeared into History, a bizarre and ostensibly amphibious creature was captured off the coast of Honolulu, Hawaii on September 20th, 1905. According to a report published in Volume 98, Number 119 of the San Francisco Call, a Japanese fisherman was shocked when he hauled up what he referred to as a quote-unquote frogfish. Sounds adorable.
Okay.
Very fucking pokey. The account described the creature as having the fins and gills of a typical fish, accompanied by, quote, 4 well-developed legs and feet complete with toenails.
Oh, it was one of the dudes that never made it out of the water.
One of those things,
Yeah,
like the way a platypus is an ancient, mixture of things.
Oh, this is ancient man or woman.
Or probably not human at all. Let's go a little more basic.
No, okay. Okay, ancient fish.
Maybe it's a merbaby.
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 I love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Who knows? The call went on to state that this evolutionary anomaly was then put on display at the aquarium in Waikiki, but that, quote, no one who has viewed it has been able to identify it as belonging to any recognized family of fishes, end quote. It goes without saying, thanks to its inclusion in this article, that the specimen evidently did not find its way into a reputable scientific collection to be chronicled and cataloged, but went the way of so many other fascinating finds by disappearing from the public eye into hands unknown.
Someone's got it in their private collection.
We're gonna get used to this reoccurring theme.
Turn of the century was not optimal for
reporting, science, fucking. I mean, it was a golden age for science. Really, everything changed.
Honesty.
Well, all right.
God, what?
There's definitely
Honesty.
there's yellow journalism. There's definitely hyperbolic.
Well, that's not new. I mean,
but that was
it's worse now.
even more prevalent in the 19th
Actually,
century.
you're right. It probably is worse now.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
I mean, they barely had travel. They barely had the wheel.
No, you're right.
In 1905.
Yeah, if you went 2 counties away, you were big time. You were an adventurer.
I believe last week I said the heels of the plague, and Rob was like, "You are centuries off." I'm like, "No, I'm not. It is still the heels of the plague."
Always the heels of the plague. Okay. Stranger still was the enormous, nearly 10-foot-long, pollywog-like creature that washed ashore on a Venice, California beach on December 6th, 1919. According to accounts found in local papers, the colossal carcass was discovered by a city official named Frank Benedict, who described it as being composed mostly of a, quote, mouth, head, and tail.
Mostly.
Did I describe this?
Yeah,
Hey, it's
no
got a
doubt.
mouth, eyes, and a head.
Tail.
There's a mouth, there's got to be a head, and it's got a tail.
So, obviously, from the polywog description, a big, fat, fucking giant head.
Yeah, with a mouth.
And just, a weens, little tail.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, in a transitional phase. We don't know.
80% mouth.
Yes.
There you go.
The report went on to claim that the sea beast had eyes the size of dinner plates, and more frightening still, 4 rows of jagged teeth set within huge jaws.
Oh.
4 fucking rows.
Oh.
As to what happened to this incredible find, it's anyone's guess, as there were no follow-up reports regarding any official investigation or scientific inquiry. Perhaps, like the legendary South African cryptid Trunco rules, and so many other examples of its ilk, it was either pushed or simply washed back out to sea. So super polywog, 4 rows of teeth, in and out.
There you go.
As big as Venice's toothy tadpole was, it pales when compared to the mammoth monstrosity allegedly caught by Captain Charles H. Thomp.
Whoa.
Yes.
Captain Thomp.
Off the coast of
Super awkward.
Kittanning, Western Australia. Yeah, I'll get the Thomp out of your system because it's worth it. It's such a good name.
Thomp.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like Lord Effingham and how
Yeah.
much it delighted us for fucking decades.
Effingham.
Oh, I love it.
I still scream that occasionally to myself.
So he caught this thing off of Western Australia sometime in 1923. According to a report published on July 18th, 1923, in the Great Southern Herald, Thomp and his crew managed to land a gargantuan fish of unknown species weighing approximately 15 tons. That measured an astounding 45 feet long and 8 feet wide with a 3-foot-long dorsal fin on its massive back.
How the fuck do those
15 tons.
proportions work? 15 ton at 45 long and 8 wide. 15 ton?
That, again,
Dude.
I don't know if they had scales that could do it or if this is just Thomp's best guesstimation.
There was no honesty or ability to eyeball measure something with like 15 ton of fish.
Well, maybe he is being accurate. I
True,
don't
he
know.
could
He
be.
could have been like an old-timey whaler. The problem is we don't know a lot about him.
Yeah, I guess
But he
that
could have
would
been
work.
well familiar with,
15
weights
ton.
of
My
things.
God, 15 ton. How you can get it fucking up?
Yeah, how do you get it on your fucking
Damn.
ship?
Yeah, really. Or just even to the well, I guess top of the water if you fucking
Oh, that's
jab it
true.
enough.
They could have like just lashed it to the side of the boat.
Or just bring it to the top and just be like, we got you.
But they do more that indicates that it was probably
okay.
on board, which would further indicate, just by assumption, that it's a pretty big fucking boat.
Yeah, this thing is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I
it's-
love it.
It's a biggins.
All right.
When questioned, Captain Thomp said that the leviathan was definitely not a whale and described it as having large gills, spots on its head, and relatively tiny eyes.
Oh, tiny eye.
Little tiny eyes. Big head, tiny eyes.
Can't trust it.
Much like the Venice polywog, this fishy fiend, quote, sported a formidable mouth filled with thousands of sharp teeth.
Ooh.
The curious Thump ordered that the creature be cut open so that the contents of its stomach could be inspected. After slicing through its 3-inch hide, the men discovered that the sea monster, because what else could this fucking be,
Seriously.
had consumed 1,500 pounds of blackfish, a single 400-pound octopus, which is a fucking monster itself,
I mean, what
What
the
is
fuck?
happening right now?
and curiously, 500 pounds of coral.
Oh.
It's been suggested that maybe fiber in the diet, like it helps it digest.
helps
I don't know.
Yeah, after that 400-pound
It's
octopus.
or it's just like
It's a vacuum
beast, and
sucking-
it's just eating
Yeah.
everything.
Yep.
And
like a
it
bottom feeder, maybe?
It rips through the top of like a coral reef, eating the coral and every fish that's there.
Yeah.
Again, how he weighed the 1,500 pounds of blackfish, or
Eh, you know.
everyone knows what a 400
It's
pound
the
octopus looks
early
like.
1900s.
I
Give it to
guess.
him. You know, again,
500
honesty.
pounds,
Who
yeah.
cares? Whatever.
Super accurate scales.
It's fine.
Yeah.
on an old
Whatever.
boat.
Yeah. Steam powered. It's
It
fine.
was surmised, based on its small eyes and thick hide, that the creature was likely a deep-sea dweller that had been forced up to the surface by some major, quote, undersea upheaval such as a volcanic eruption.
There.
All science.
There you go.
All made up.
Sounds like something I would say. Well, there's a volcano in the ocean. You see, it done blew up, and now all the fish are here.
There it is.
There you go.
Fucking wow.
Fisherman. That's what I would
Dude,
say.
I would make you a shaman in a post-apocalyptic world. I would want you to be the historian and the great teller of tales, because I want to live in a world that is explained by you. I mean, because it's going to be a long time until there's another renaissance with real science. So let's just have fun.
Just have me show up.
Oh yeah, totally. It's going to be exciting. We'll let Chris be the alchemist and apothecary.
There you go.
The guy who does the science.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll turn everything to gold.
Oh, it'll be great.
I love it.
It was
Fucking
painted gold.
Great.
Say it's gold.
According to the newspaper account, the now gutted carcass was brought ashore where it was studied by apparently unnamed U.S. scientists who came to the conclusion that the huge animal was still a juvenile. Quote, although the fish is the largest ever captured, American naturalists claim that it was only a baby of its kind, and that had it lived, it would have become at least twice the size, end quote. So that's fucked up. It's a crazy speculation. I don't know how you know it's a juvenile fish. I know in like mammals you can tell by the teeth or certain like skull development whether it's fused. I mean, at least in humans. But I mean, I'm not an ichthyologist.
Yeah, man. People that know fish, man, they got their own way of doing shit, I guess. I don't know.
But that's fascinating to think that this thing should be could be 90 feet long.
Yeah, geez, that's huge. All right.
As can be too readily predicted, there were no follow-ups to this fascinating article, and the ultimate fate of the incredible 45-foot carcass remains a mystery to this day.
It happens.
It's going to happen every time.
I mean,
that's the whole damn point of this. These are the ones that got away.
Yeah.
Another odd case comes to us from Britain's Camby Island. This is one of my favorites. We wrote about this forever ago in American Monsters, and I think I called them the Camby Island creatures, but this is a really fascinating one. Sometime in August of 1954, a group of young men claimed to have found the remains of a strange animal lying in the shallow waters just off the shoreline. The intrepid youngsters dragged it up from the surf and covered it with seaweed to protect it from the sun and aerial predators. After which, an envoy was sent down to town in order to inform the local authorities about this amazing find. Members of the local constabulary arrived to discover, beneath the mess of seaweed, a bizarre, bipedal, bulb-eyed, razor-toothed marine animal. Baffled, the officers contacted their federal superiors, who wasted no time in dispatching a pair of zoologists to the scene. These two scientists extensively examined and photographed the carcass and privately admitted to curious onlookers that they had never before encountered its like. Fucking bipedal. It's like something out of like an old Shaw Brothers, like really wacky kung fu film, like Miracle Fighters or something.
Like Creature from the Black Lagoon?
No, weirder.
Okay.
The unnamed scientists described the creature as a marine animal, but instead of bearing flippers, it came equipped with both feet and legs, which the zoologists surmised would enable it to walk upright if it so chose. Its epidermis was described as being brownish red and pulpy. The animal's head, while otherwise devoid of details, was purported to sport two bulbous eyes. There were no arms. So think of like a mad ball with bulbous eyes and two ostrich legs popping out.
Arms, though. Weird.
Yeah, it gets even weirder.
All right.
One of the most intriguing aspects of this animal was its 2 feet, which consisted of 5 toes curved in a U shape with a concave arch in the center. Eyewitnesses estimated that, while standing, the bipedal beast would have risen to a modest height of almost 3 feet tall. So like a horseshoe of toes, of 5 toes.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Arched up like this.
Yeah, that's...
So almost like a hoof made of toes, but with a hollow part in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you walk on land with that? I don't know if you can.
I guess it could be. I also thought
maybe it walks on the seabed.
Yeah, there you go.
Like it's still four on one side and one on the other, but flat, but in more of a U.
Right.
Maybe.
So I guess it could be flat like that too.
Huh.
But it has like a little concave space between the toes, so it's almost like it's on its tippy toes constantly
in the center. It's hard to. That's just weird.
It is fucking weird, but I love it. This like pulpy mass of. It's like I say, it's totally something out of like a 70s surreal, Shaw Brothers kung fu horror film from like that era.
Creepy.
So here's where it shits the bed. In what has to be one of the most heinous acts of scientific treachery on record, reports indicate that upon concluding their investigation, the zoologists proceeded to cremate the carcass and apparently left the scene without making a single official statement about the event.
You never
Why?
You never saw it. Why would you burn it?
Why would you burn it?
I never seen you. You must burn. Like, no, dude.
You don't burn evidence.
Pickle it.
Exactly. That's what formaldehyde was made for.
Put it in salt.
That should be a blubbery mess in a big fat glass jar somewhere on a fucking shelf in a natural history museum.
Yeah, exactly.
That means the zoologist wasn't really a zoologist, and he was deep state government.
Exactly.
Oh, that's how they get in.
That's what that means.
The men in plaid, as they were known in England at the time.
Oh, because this is England, yeah. So shit.
That is true.
Some
Constables in plaid.
Oh, man, this is definitely a Doctor Who story for sure.
No doubt. The story would have ended there, shrouded in mystery, were it not for the experience of a hapless clergyman just 3 months later. On November 11th, 1954, the Reverend Joseph Overs, while strolling along the beaches of Camby Island, just miles from the site where the initial carcass was found, came across a second corpse floating in a shallow tide pool. The Reverend immediately reported the cadaver to local authorities, who once again, though God only knows why, solicited the government's assistance in the matter.
Gotta leave Big Gov out of this, man.
You gotta make this a local thing now. Now you get a local naturalist with his own homemade formaldehyde to put it in a barrel somewhere and store it.
Just pickle it like some sausage.
And then you put it in like a local pub as like a curio, and you attract tourists.
Yeah.
Charge
that is
like
true.
a $1 or a shilling or whatever the fuck it is to wear a photograph with it. I mean, it's the fucking 50s. Who knows?
All
right. Eyewitnesses who had been party to both events described this new carcass as being taller than its predecessor, approximately 4 feet, and in better condition overall. The government specialist assigned to the case claimed that the animal weighed about 25 pounds, had, again, 2 large bulbous eyes, but this time, he also noted, distinct nostrils and a mouthful of strong, sharp teeth, as well as gills. So I think the other one was probably like just you could see the eyes and the rest of it was sort of decayed away.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got feet, gills, a toothy, mouth. So assuming, we have to assume it's omnivorous or carnivorous.
Yeah.
And, the same legs, the same craziness. Onlookers described the creature's skin as pink and tough, not unlike the hide of a healthy pig. Like its forerunner, this new cadaver came complete with 2 legs and feet, the feet once again assuming the distinct U-shaped position. Some researchers have hypothesized that the Camby Island creatures may have been a species of rare marine salamander. It seems like a stretch to me.
Whatever, dude. 1950s, dude.
Yeah.
Salamanders are fucked up.
Salamanders are fucked up. You're right,
yeah,
and they have feet.
yeah.
So, all right, we can't rule it out.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even know about marine salamanders, to be honest.
I
thought that shit was freshwater.
I didn't think it was a thing.
I love those big Japanese ones, or like the ones we have in New York, the hellbenders.
Oh yeah,
Those things are badass.
Dude.
If I ever saw one, I'd shit myself, but be with joy.
Yeah. Well, both.
Yes.
If I ever saw a hellbender, I would shit myself with joy. Quote Robert Morphy.
Oh hell yeah!
On September 12th, 7:05 p.m.
I fucking love amphibians.
It's a Monday.
Amphibians are the best, and salamanders are amongst the coolest amphibians.
That's funny. I love it.
Okay, so marine salamander, while others of a more open-minded bent have suggested that they might have been the carcasses of aliens washed ashore after their craft crashed off of Camby Island.
Those are the people I want to talk to.
Yeah.
Those are the people putting in the work. They got the time. They got the effort. They got the imagination. And you know what? God damn it, they got the drive to solve this.
And burning all the evidence.
God, these people ain't burning shit.
That's true.
They ain't burned nothing yet.
No, the locals didn't burn dick.
Yet.
But they were dumb enough to call the fucking government back in
I know,
after they
dude.
already fucking...
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, as a government employee, man, don't call us for anything.
No.
Don't.
And conspiracy movies from the 70s have taught us anything, even when you try to be a diligent, quote-unquote, good American... and
you're fucking up.
And call them in.
Yeah.
Not only you fucking up because you're dooming whatever to death, but you know too much already right out the gate. Yeah. So you're also a corpsicle.
Are these bishop fish?
Bishop fish.
Do they consider this bishop fish?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Those are a weird subspecies of fish, obviously, that looked like they were wearing like papal fucking garb and had human-like faces.
Gotcha.
I think that probably obviously, I don't think they were actually clergy fish, but
right.
They just looked vaguely human, or maybe they certainly were an unidentified species at the time, at least. This seems to be much different from the way bishop fish are described.
Cool.
And I don't know what the fuck it is, because it's the only time ever.
All right.
Another apparently amphibious animal was reported in the March 14th, 1930 edition of the Madeira Tribune. According to the account, this intensely aggressive aquatic abomination was caught in a net off of Redondo Beach, California, by an angler named Henry Smith. And unlike the things that washed up on Camby Island, this creature was very much alive. The vexatious varmint was described by Smith as being about 10 feet long, with a squat, stout, 5-foot body attached to a similarly sized tail. He further claimed that the bellicose beast had a large mouth full of sharp fangs, with which it, quote, snapped viciously at curiosity seekers who ventured too close to the net it was being kept in. Mm-hmm. So he brought it to shore somewhere. There's people around, so it's not just him alone talking about it.
Yeah.
And this thing's struggling to get through a net. Huge net, probably, if it's fucking 10 feet long.
Yeah, Jesus. All right.
It's crazy.
Don't get too close. Keep the kids away.
Onlookers marveled at the fact that the combative creature was able to survive out of water for such long periods of time. Again, tragically, the eventual destiny of this monstrous marine animal was not recorded. But this one's really interesting to me.
It's alive and it's biting.
I wish it was more than 10 feet, squat body, and 5-foot tail, and a mouthful of sharp fangs. I want to know, are its eyes bulbous? Are they receded? Are they tiny? Are they big? Does it have arms? Does it have feet? Is it a snake-like thing?
Specifics would have helped with this one.
Because the fact that it's not described as having arms or legs indicates to me that's probably more fishy-like or eel-like, maybe. So it's got a squat, thick body that goes into a tail and a big, sharp mouth, and it's trying to bite.
Like a giant mud puppy.
Yes.
Minus the land-able arms and legs.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Because it's not described as having fins either.
No.
So that's actually probably a pretty apt description.
Giant sperm.
Yeah, nasty.
Ugh.
Going back across the pond, Scotland was not immune to mystery monsters washing up on her shores. This notable and by most accounts incredibly malodorous carcass was discovered in 1942 along the shores of Gourock, overlooking the River Clyde. But swept up in the chaos of World War II, this gigantic razor-toothed specimen managed to slip out of the scientific journals into the obscurity of local legend. Before it disappeared, however, a council officer by the name of Charles Rankin took it upon himself to take detailed notes concerning the unidentified organism. Measuring at a length of over 27 feet, this animal was described by Rankin in great detail. Its most notable features included a small flattened head with pronounced brow ridges situated over laterally slit eyes. Like so many other marine monstrosities, the creature's jawbones were reportedly full of large pointed teeth. The skull was nestled atop a long neck which connected to a partially exposed spinal column. The animal's torso still had 2 pairs of what have been described as L-shaped flippers, which were smaller in the foreportion than the rear. The spine eventually tapered off into a long and strangely rectangular tail.
Oh, it's different.
It is different. It's really different. It's not. We're not even done describing it yet. The council officer further noted that the creature's skin bore a multitude of 6-inch-long quill-like bristles.
Ooh.
According to Rankin, the creature's appearance was more reptilian than fish-like. So, before I keep going, at first, of course, Scotland, you're thinking Nessie-type thing.
Yeah, totally.
It's got the 4
It's
flippers,
right there,
the body, the long neck.
Yeah.
It's reptilian.
Quills.
Yeah, the giant porcupine-like
danger
water
quills.
Porcupine.
But then a lot of decaying sea creatures. I'm no expert. I'm no ichthyologist, but I feel like I've seen pictures of maybe the classic basking shark or whatever, where like the cartilage and stuff ends up looking like pointy quills when it's really just the decayed flesh of a creature.
Right.
So though I want to think it's a super spiky baby plesiosaur with L-shaped fins and fucking whatever, I'm not sure if this one too is one that was described. I couldn't find this description, but one of the creatures I read about that washed up, I think on Scotland, had 6 eyes, 3 on each side.
Whoa, all right.
And I wanted to think it was this, but I'm not sure. So if one of our listeners knows for sure, let us know, and we'll give you mad credit for it. But I didn't find it in my research putting this together, so we'll just skip that for now. Okay, back to the story. Any additional information regarding this intriguing animal was, unfortunately, interred not long after its discovery, as the carcass was, for reasons unknown, hacked to pieces and buried in an undisclosed location.
I mean, I'd almost understand more if like the alive one that was snapping to like bring it around the building and shoot it. I get it. All right, you got to put it. You got to take care of it. These things are already dead, and they're like, fuck it, just chop it up and bury it.
I mean, no matter how bad it smells.
At least this one cremate.
Yeah. I mean, it's all bad.
Well, yeah,
it's all terrible ideas.
I mean, I'm seeing inconvenience.
Yeah, well,
like, why dig a hole and bury this thing? Just fucking set it on fire.
You're right. If the people involved just don't give fucks at all, or want to hide the evidence for some reason,
so
or
weird,
who knows
though.
what.
Catalog these things, man. Take some pictures, put it in the paper.
Agreed.
I don't know, do something.
You're gonna find out why that wasn't possible.
Okay.
In a second here. Further disappointment awaits Fortean investigators, as it turns out Rankin was denied the right to even photograph the creature, owing to the fact that it happened to be beached on what was deemed to be a classified area. Being as Scotland, along with the rest of Europe and most of the planet, was embroiled in the earth-shattering throes of the Second World War, this breach of security was not permitted. So he couldn't even take fucking close-ups.
All right.
I mean, it might have been a Nazi spy, like, taking snaps of the ships in the back. I get it. It's World War. You're trying to stop fascism from taking over everything. You're going to be a dick about certain things. Right. I still don't understand why you cut the fucking thing up, unless it's just so rank. Well, and it is supposed to be malodorous as fuck, as I mentioned.
Malodorous. Who knows how much paranoia, though, really was like, oh, did they fucking make this thing as a fucking
I was
weapon?
Thinking,
or is it here to terrify
anything?
Our boys not wanting to go to the
like,
fucking, oh my God, could you imagine?
Hack it, burn it, bury it, put a cross on it. Fucking
this is like a really weird fucking Nazi psyop.
Like,
right
it sounds
here.
fucked up. I can imagine
this is some
fucking rampant
You're
paranoia.
right though.
Like,
it's not beyond the pale.
People getting fucking freaked out.
If the Nazis are trying to keep locals from fishing and young men from fucking wanting to join the Navy or whatever, and joining the thing by implying there's monsters out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking Nazi carcass.
But who knows, like, regionally, how like rumors of like. Dude, they're doing like paranormal research now. Did you hear the Nazis? They found the spear of Longinus. They're looking for the fucking Grail.
Yes,
and
it's
they're
true.
making all this
and
shit.
That
like,
shit
no,
was
you're
true.
right. I mean, that shit's going on now.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
People say shit and other people believe it. So like back then, like I couldn't imagine what's like.
And
it could have been
true.
like.
They didn't even have Twitter back then.
The most evil force on Earth was genuinely looking into mystical methods of conquest.
Yeah, dude.
Not even hyperbolically. That was just legitimate shit they were doing.
Fuck. All right, for sure. I get it then.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a stretch, but I'm just pointing out that, like...
You sold it, dude. I'm there. This was a fucking Nazi psyop to get the boys in Scotland all panties, their fucking undies in a bunch and shit. This is what they were trying to do. And they were like, fuck it, burn it. Like you said, put a cross on it. Hack that
couple.
shit. Set it on fire. Yeah.
One ain't enough.
Vampire carcass.
One ain't enough.
What if that gets rotted away or some shit?
Yeah, dude.
Then you got no crosses and fucking thing resurrects.
You ain't gonna break
turns the whole town into fucking
weird carcasses.
Oh my God, it's like Orca.
Smelly,
the way
fucked
like
up
a whole
things.
town is enslaved by a creature that's actually in the water, and the hero keeps insisting on living on a house on stilts over the water, and Bo Derek loses a leg. Spoiler alert. Sorry, should have said that first.
Movies, I can't.
That's a disturbing film. It's weird. It's not good.
I don't know if I ever saw that.
No, it's not.
It's a Jaws knockoff about a killer whale that has its baby killed, or it's sea wife. I don't know what you call it. Its mate and baby are captured by this fucking guy. It's sea wife and fucking murdered.
Just said wife. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I know they don't technically get married. It's sea
Orca
wife
has
is
a land
murdered.
wife.
Yeah, no.
He's got a land girl.
He's
got a land girlfriend.
Back in the 80s, fucking land wives were not accepted.
No.
that was
And
not
sea
cool.
wife, land mistress.
Yeah, dude. That land mistress has an ass that don't quit.
Anyway,
oh,
yeah, no shit.
All right.
Aerial side people.
This fucking whale goes on a super revenge trip to kill this dude and his friends, who all keep going out on the water.
Just don't.
Over and over again.
All right.
And dude lives over the water, and it's fucking crazy, and it's got a silly over-the-top climate. If you like Jaws ripoffs, it's one of the more fun.
All right, man. Well, this carcass ain't shaking those boys in Scotland. They're better than that.
No.
Those dudes are hard.
The war effort, I will wrap this up by saying, also consumed the time of many scientists who might otherwise have been predisposed to investigate this matter. As it stands, the Gurok carcass must be chalked up to another case of a lost opportunity for science to further illuminate the incredible mysteries of our oceans.
Understandable, man. Shit.
In 1945, 15 years after it published the account of Henry Smith's run-in with the toothy 10-foot-long mystery monster, the Madeira Tribune reported that, quote, 4 fishermen from Lynn, Massachusetts had brought in a 20-foot-long beast that looked like an eel with a balloon head, which they claimed had dragged their boat for over a mile out to sea before being finally subdued. Shockingly, that's end quote, the whereabouts of this potentially significant specimen remains unknown. But that aside, a giant 20-foot-long eel with a fucking massive dome.
Yeah.
Kind of, I guess, like the tadpole again, but strong enough to, like, grab the line and then, again, like Jaws, like, drag the boat out.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrifying.
Have you ever seen an eel?
I've seen many eels, yeah.
I have a weird memory of being in the St. Lawrence Seaway as a kid and seeing someone catching an eel, but in my mind, like, it's a poisonous water snake for some reason. But I think it was just someone catching an eel because the ocean's like right there. But
it could have been,
dude,
for all you
freaked
know.
me I already hate snakes as it is, and it freaked me the fuck out.
And eels are no fucking joke.
They're scary.
Lampreys are like terrors from the antediluvian world. But as I've told before, and maybe we'll officially cover Old Greenie someday. I don't think we ever did. The local Cayuga Lake monster.
Oh, yeah.
One of my neighbors was bitten in the arm by what he claimed was an eel, and it broke the fucking arm.
In Cayuga Lake?
Yeah, in Cayuga Lake. He was bitten by what he said was an eel.
There's eels in Cayuga Lake.
That's what he said.
That's what makes it terrifying.
Maybe he was secretly bitten. No, I think there are eels in Cayuga Lake. I don't think ones that are supposed to be large enough, like moray fucking capacity.
Like tiny bastards. Yeah, right. Oh, that's fucking scary, dude. That's why that's why I don't go in water.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's like, you got a pool, you don't swim in it because you don't know what's in there.
Well, a pool.
You should know what's in your
pool.
That's
chlorinated and clear.
I ain't taking that chance.
I understand fresh water. Fresh water is terrifying.
Do you drink water out of glasses? I don't know what's in this. I can't even. I'm looking at it, but I don't know.
I do, yes.
Christ.
I love that.
I ain't going to my pool. I can completely see it. But I don't know what's in there.
I just hate swimming. It's okay.
I love swimming.
Chlorine spirits.
I hate swimming.
Oh my gosh.
Can't.
Amazing.
I'm wishing my wife would let me fucking close
shock
the pool.
fairies.
Yeah. Do you know how many single-celled amoeba and paramecium deaths you've caused in that pool?
I have killed hundreds of thousands, and I'm just wishing that my beautiful, lovely wife Nicole would let me close the goddamn pool before Halloween. I don't think it's going to happen. Let's pray for a fucking snowstorm.
What are you going to do?
Dude, it's September. I mean, you should be already thinking about it.
She decides when the pool opens, when the pool closes.
All right.
And I'm just there to be like, you know what, dear. Let's do this.
Can you show her like the 7-day forecast and be like, dude, the dream's over, baby?
Dude, come on. Mama don't believe in weather.
Can you attach some sort of like heating element to it and just make it a gigantic hot tub?
I could. Well, no, I can't. But no.
Do they have such things?
Yeah, you could do rooftop heating where they actually the water's pumped up there and it's heated and sent back down. But I don't want to do that.
Oh, that has got to be cost prohibitive.
It's definitely not cheap.
All right. As much as I love fucking pool monthly.
Oh, no. This is our new pod.
No doubt.
Hot tub pod.
Hot tub pod.
So how does this work?
Welcome to the Hot Tub Pod with Mark, Chris, and Rob in a hot tub.
All right. Balloon-headed eels.
Touching knees.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Tootsie Pop.
Tootsie
Pop
that's
eel.
Creepy, man.
So far, we've been doing these in chronological order, as I prefer to do. But this one I kind of save for last because I really enjoy it. And this this took place back in 1912. So let's round this account out with one of the craziest cryptids ever to swim down the proverbial paranormal pike. According to an account published in the May 22nd, 1912 edition of the San Francisco Call, which also reported on the so-called frogfish 7 years earlier that was caught off of Honolulu by the Japanese fishermen, A fisherman by the name of Stephen Geo was dragging his net in the Pacific just off the coast of San Diego when the truly unexpected occurred. As the angler pulled up his net, he found snagged in the webbing an animal unlike anything he had ever seen in his years spent ocean fishing. In fact, it was a creature that seemed to defy all conventional rules of marine biology. The newspaper report claimed that the fish-like freak of nature was approximately 2 feet long, barked like a dog, and had no less than 8 legs.
Oh shit, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I hate fish, but I might love this fish.
This ain't no fish.
The call further described this aberrant animal, stating, quote, "The strange, unclassified creature has teeth like a canine and gills and dorsal fins, as well as scales like a fish. It is 2 feet in length and slender. The feet are without nails and covered with a soft fur."
It's a sea puppins.
It's a sea puppins.
It's officially the sea puppins.
I mean,
Fucking
seals
otter.
and sea lions are technically the pappins of the sea, but this is a sea puppins of sorts.
Okay. All right.
An 8-legged finned otter, maybe.
It's soft fur on its feet. It's all puppy feet.
It's a warrior otter.
It's a good boy. It's got little good boy feet.
Good boy feet?
Good boy feet.
did
Yeah.
not know it.
That's why I tell my dog Leo. He's got little good boy feet.
Oh,
I
what
give
about-
him little good boys.
Well, he's highfalutin.
He is.
He's got tassels.
Yeah.
He sits on the throne.
He has weird ass hair that looks like tassels. Oh man! All
But
right.
what if, like, a super otter fucking coelacanth, and they made this fucking oddity?
I mean,
I
this.
don't think that's compatible, but
Yeah, I don't know, man. You can't have you can't have a Wolverine fuck a chicken.
But in 1912, the rules of science were different.
I'm just gonna let you have that one.
Wait a minute. It took
I'm
me a
just gonna
second.
let you have that
I'm
one.
like, could a Wolverine really fuck a chicken? Is that a
mean,
thing?
Fucking is not always the problem. It's
All right.
It's the propagating.
the
All
the
right.
procreating.
Now, you
That's
can
the
fuck
issue.
anything, but can you get something pregnant? That's the trick.
Didn't like a fucking walrus rape a penguin or something? I thought I read
Yeah,
something
I
about
don't
that vaguely.
know,
That seemed like
dude.
the
That
worst thing
seems
that ever happened in my mind.
I don't know, man. That just seems
Let's just
uncalled
table
for.
that.
Penguin?
Yeah. All right. That seems uncalled for.
Penguin?
All right.
Pengris?
Pengris, yeah.
So we've got
That's a Pokemon. Has to be.
It'd be a sweet Pokemon.
Pengris, I choose you.
Jesus Christ.
Pokemon. How to catch 'em all.
I'm Pengris. I don't know why he talks like that, but he does now.
Oh God.
Anyway.
All right.
All right. So again, fucking dog teeth, fucking gills, dorsal fins, and fish scales.
I love it, dude. It's
with
cool.
furry 8 legs.
It's
It's
cool.
like something out of the fucking Herculoids.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Odd as that description was, the reporter did not merely have to take Geo's word for it, as the veteran fisherman, in what ought to have been one of the great coups for cryptozoology, had the foresightedness to bring the thing ashore, where he placed it in an improvised tank, quote unquote.
That's how most tanks are improvised. So yeah.
Geo, according to the story, was even able to take this evidently amphibious 8-footed animal on short walks along the wharf in full view of hundreds of eyewitnesses,
That's adorable.
who stared in frank astonishment at the crazy critter which, attached to a makeshift rope collar, diligently followed its human master like a well-trained dog.
He had a friend. He had a
Buddy.
sea friend.
Oh,
Okay.
sea friend for
Maybe.
life.
All right.
Although the creature showed a canine-like compliance, it lacked a dog's capacity to remain outside of water for extended periods, and after these brief jaunts had to be returned to its tank. The amphibious oddity also showed a dog's willingness to eat directly from its owner's hand. But despite possessing the teeth of a predator, it refused to eat meat, yet eagerly devoured piles of seaweed and raw potatoes.
Oh, see, he's
Vegetarian sea pappin.
yeah with sharp canine-like teeth. What? Hey, I'll take it. Whatever. That's cool. I mean, it's cheaper to feed him, I guess. Honestly.
I mean, it's skinny.
Just give
It's
him
got
grass.
the 8 legs with the fur, the scale.
Yeah,
I
man,
mean,
you're
it's-
walking it.
I
Your
love
buddy.
trying to imagine this.
It's not that big, though, either.
No, it's only 2 feet long.
I mean, it's literally the size of my dog. Like, just give him like a little water papoose, put him in there, a little jiggly thing, jiggle, jiggle, and walk around with him. Keep a good boy nice and wet.
Keep the good boy. I love that you
There
keep
you
calling
go.
him good
He's
boy.
a good boy.
The article concludes that the anomalous ichthyoid was going to be examined by a Dr. Ritter of the Marine Biological Station of San Diego, and this is a weird thing to mention in the article, should it manage to survive the extensive testing, it would be put on public display.
Oh man,
I'm not surprised.
No,
These
that's
fuckers.
1912. Yeah,
these fucks, they killed a good boy. God damn it.
it could have happened.
No, they did. It's 1912.
Yeah, they definitely did it.
Fuck, asshole.
It seems that Dr. Ritter was the esteemed Dr. William Emerson Ritter, who in 1903 founded, along with newspaper magnate E.W. Scripps and his sister Ellen Browning Scripps, the internationally renowned Scripps Institution of Oceanography, for which Ritter served as the scientific director. As to what Dr. Ritter's opinions were regarding this incredible organism and its extraordinary abilities, it's likely we'll never know, as the account ends there without further elaboration.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah.
I mean, this is old-timey shit, man. People don't, listen, honesty ain't there. They're not following through on shit. They're not cataloging stuff. That's it.
Or there's just not a second story.
Yeah.
He took it in, did some research, it died, it went away. The world wasn't as fascinated by unique shit because back then I really do think the world was like, every there's new mysteries around every corner, you know. We're just starting to fly, you know, the jungles all throughout the world, Southeast Asia, South America, Africa, virtually unexplored by at least you know, non-indigenous peoples. And so, you know, the fact that there's an 8-legged, furry, scaled fuck-all from the deep
just wasn't in the forefront of all the things that were happening in that century, especially. Like,
you know, I mean, all right. Well.
This is yet another discouraging case of an obviously unidentified species, in this instance something seemingly quite unlike any other fish or amphibian known to science, with an actual physical specimen in hand that is now lost to the tides of history. One can't help but to wonder just what was this barking, furry-footed sea creature that walked on 8 legs and ate whole potatoes out of people's hands. And just as importantly, what became of it? It seems to me that someone somewhere would have recognized the importance of such an extraordinary find. And even if it proved to be some kind of bizarre hoax, one would think that Ritter and his contemporaries would have gone to great lengths to expose it as such. But no. It seems as if Stephen Geo and his mysterious marvel merely faded into obscurity, never to be heard of again. Even more frustratingly, despite the report stating that the animal was seen by hundreds of onlookers, there are no known photos of this aquatic enigma, leading one to wonder if it was nothing more than a case of early 20th century creative journalism. Possibly, but then they're bringing real big scientists into the mix.
Yeah.
But if this creature was genuine, what might it have been? We're all familiar with amphibious fish like mud skippers, swamp eels, mangrove killfish, they're the coolest, snakeheads, and catfish, especially walking catfish, which are able to leave water and ambulate on land for extended periods. There are also lung-bearing, air-breathing fish like the bishir and the lungfish. Could this moist monstrosity be related to these known species? Or maybe it was an extant relative of antediluvian bony lobe-finned sarcopterygians like the Queensland lungfish or even the cryptozoological wonderkind, the coelacanth, from which all tetrapods evolved some 390 million years ago during the Devonian period. For now, all we can do is speculate. So let's just wrap this up and we'll break it down. According to Google, there are estimated to be 326 million cubic miles of salt water on the Earth. 1 cubic mile of water equals more than 1 trillion gallons, making the total amount of seawater to be somewhere around 326 quintillion gallons. That's a lot of briny depths to be able to support all manner of marine life, both known, unknown, and frankly unfathomable. And as our technology improves, so will our ability to detect these incredible and as yet unknown creatures. For as disappointing as the string of lost specimens listed above surely is, scientists are finding new seabound species nearly every week. These animals are truly aliens on Earth, sometimes surreal, often small, and occasionally of epic coelacanth or megamouth shark proportions. In this wondrous new age of oceanic discovery, who knows what will turn up next?
Ah, fishy freaks, the wet, wild, and weird fish.
This could have been like an 11-page story. There's so many.
Oh, yeah. I love it. For sure.
What is kind of cool about this, though, is obviously there could be hoaxes, 20th century yellow journalism, but considering the time and people's lack of knowledge of what's actually in the ocean, they could have literally been coming across shit that we know about today that we're like, wow, that's like all that weird deep sea fish shit that scares the fuck out of me.
Sure.
They could be coming across things like that and just assuming that they're monsters, obviously the barking puppins of the sea,
right?
Separately.
So you're right on one hand. I mean, and I know we always dive into the skeptical first. I think like the Grok carcass could have been maybe a basking shark or some other known sea animal, decayed to the point where it looked like it was covered in quills, and like often again the basking shark is. When it decays, it loses a lot of the portion beneath its head, creating the illusion of a long neck and a small head when it's really just missing flesh. Mm-hmm. So that one, and maybe a few of the others, could be maybe dismissed as misidentified, well-known marine species. Mm-hmm. But then there's things like the Camby Island creatures, basically the pulpy red mad balls with fucking sharp teeth and 2 legs.
Yeah, those are interesting. Because it seems like with those legs, that would be like an evolutionary, like you grow these legs because you need them.
Yeah.
But I think, Chris, or you said, walking on the bottom of the sea.
I mean, crabs do it.
Yeah.
I mean, so many creatures do it. Why
Makes
not?
you wonder, do they got knees and calves?
That's interesting.
They got legs. I mean, what are these? Are they like human, like Danzig-esque water legs?
I see them, and honestly, it's not fair. I see them as like spindly ostrich or emu-like legs, but there's really no reason to assume that. They could be thick as fuck. They could be super muscular.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Like powerlifting and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Squat ass legs.
And the frogfish, the one that was the original case from 1905, that was the Japanese fisherman and ended up off of Honolulu and ended up in the aquarium at Waikiki, which is a famous aquarium.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a form of like dogfish or something, like weird half crawly kind of ancient. Again, I'm not an expert on fish. I should have boned up a little more. I didn't.
I don't know anything about fish, man. You got me.
But again, like I say, other things like Thomp's fucking 15-ton
fish.
Yeah,
Leviathan.
I mean, I don't know what to do with that.
That's a tough one. But I mean, then again, there are creatures in the sea that are that fucking. Well, I don't know. Are they really that big? Like 15 ton? Like a whale? Can a whale be 15 ton?
Sure.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
The
I don't know
real
fish.
weird shit tends to be smaller because it's deeper, and I don't think they generally get
right
that big.
Yeah.
Yeah, the assumption it's a deep sea fish, but then again, we don't know. There could be giant things living. I mean, there's just no way to study it. We don't know.
Well, yeah, because we haven't found
in the ocean.
Yeah, if it's there. But.
What's that place that James Cameron goes to in his little pretentious submarine or whatever?
Marianas Trench.
Yeah, that little pretentious shit he does.
Yeah, well,
he goes to the bottom of the ocean, right?
He's a high adventurer. Yeah,
to like the where like there's all those evil super gross fish down there.
Well, they're super, but there's also gorgeous bioluminescent things.
Dope shit. What are you talking about?
Don't be mad. There's those fucking.
You fucking exploring nature.
I know. Why are you shitting on him, man? Not only did he make some of the most fun movies ever, but he's spending his life high adventuring.
I mean, Terminator, man.
Well, he's not on the Buffalo Bills, so he sucks.
Oh my God.
James Cameron has nothing to do with the Buffalo Bills at all.
Doesn't he? Doesn't he?
Terminator. Am I wrong? Terminator.
Aliens.
Yeah, exactly. Am I wrong? He left Terminator.
T2. He didn't leave.
He left Terminator.
See what he does?
Jesus Christ.
You see what he does?
I didn't realize how secretly mad you were at James Cameron. Did he betray you?
Avatar. A lot of things hurt me. Avatar's coming back out again.
Not all filmmakers make movies you're going to love. Even my favorite filmmaker, John Carpenter, completely shit the bed, but I love his entire output of the 70s and 80s.
17 pods about John Carpenter.
We really could.
Chris just got she's like, ooh.
No, I haven't brought up Prince of Darkness in months.
So, all right, much like James Cameron hanging out, what was the Marianas Trench or whatever?
Yeah.
The Marinara Trench?
Yes, there it is.
So, deep sea stuff like that, I mean, man, who knows? Just imagine if you got to a level where shit got big again. Where
not?
It's dark, and all of a sudden it's just boom, big giant,
it could be
super gnarly fish, man. Pressure. I wonder how that works with pressure though. Like if you're down that deep, like how do they stabilize and like not implode?
I don't know. We haven't found it yet, so we don't know. Like if we found something big down there, then it'd be like, oh, wait a minute. Well, how does
this thing even live?
Fucking possible. It would be dense as fuck.
It would have to be.
I mean, it would be like a star. Like I would just. You would touch it, and your
like a white dwarf.
your fucking hand would explode just by touching it. It'd be so fucking dense.
But there's all those tiny things that obviously are fragile as fuck, because when they touch them with like the little robotic arms, they just basically explode into like little diaphanous, flimsy strands of fucking tissue. So they managed to survive in the deep.
Those sub-grabby things those days touch us.
It's so slow. It's so slow. They're coming in and then just like, and it's done.
That's because there's like a pressure. There must be a reverse pressure. There's so much coming in that there has to be a lot from the inside going out to. So once you're out of it, it's got all this pressure on the inside.
I'm willing to buy it.
So it's like a balloon, right?
Right.
You barely touch a balloon. It's dust.
Oh,
it's
balloons
gone.
of the trenches.
But it's something that
Our
big.
new documentary.
The balloons of the marinara trenches by Mark
Chris explains the sea, even though he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But it sounds right.
I'm with you, man. You've got me.
That's why you're the science guy in our new society.
Yeah, man.
Mark's the storyteller.
I'm just mad at James Cameron for no apparent reason.
Once you hit the butterfly people that James Cameron found in the documentary.
Yes.
That's what it was. Didn't he have a whole documentary about a sub or something? It was like a whole multi-part
I watched
series.
it. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
What? Why? I don't. I'm not even going to waste time on it anymore.
I like
the
what?
documentary.
No, you know what? Maybe he should bring George Lucas down there and have a fucking talk with him. Maybe those two can fucking get their shit together and knock it off.
He definitely did not shit the bed like Lucas. In no way, shape, or form.
Not even close. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just going to say that maybe Carpenter, Lucas, Cameron, who else could we put down there with them? And just make them figure their shit out. Like, boys, go to the bottom of the ocean, figure your shit out, come back with better ideas.
Dude, Carpenter would fucking melt. He's so fucking fragile and old. Dude.
Can you imagine getting a call from James Cameron going, George, yeah, it's Jim. Come down the sub.
I got to talk to you about something.
No,
we got to have a powwow.
Yeah.
Listen.
You're going to rediscover the forest.
Yeah, but we got
7,000 miles deep.
John Carpenter's coming. Don't worry. It's going to work out. Everything's going to be. Got Scorsese coming down.
Yes, he's going to smoke, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to put extra
We're going to get
filters
high in this little fucking sub. We're going to look at glowing, fucked up things with teeth.
Everything is going to work.
We're going to rediscover our fucking joie de vivre, and we'll make good movies.
That's right.
Again.
That's right.
Okay, back to
all right,
man, so back to let's
those things are real.
Creepy horror shit in the sea is fucking scary. Although the one that's barking and walking, man,
that
that's
one's
like,
a little weird.
That's why I saved that for last.
Yeah,
that's my
like,
favorite.
I don't know what to do with that either.
But I really also like the one that we're assuming is like a hyper snake, the 10-foot long, mouthful of fucking fangs. Thing that
drag the boat or
off
whatever?
of Redondo Beach. No, that's the balloon-headed eel. This is the March 14th, 1930 encounter that was reported again off by Henry.
Oh, the one that was snapping at people.
I'm reading it now. Yes.
Yeah.
Henry Smith netted this 10-foot
and it was,
long.
People would get near it. It was like biting. Yeah, but again, man,
like
something
you called like a hyper mud puppy.
Yeah, like something deep, or maybe even just a specific species of like a I don't know, like a fucking sea eel or whatever. I don't know, it's a big sea snake or sea snakes are a thing, right?
Yeah, but they're not thick and stout in the torso.
True.
They would be hyper slender.
I saw a video of an anaconda and it freaked me out this morning too. Dude caught one in a river and the thing was enormous. One of those things in the ocean, dude.
Oof.
God.
Yeah. Again, that's fortunately one though. There's not a lot of description. It's just
you know.
No, just teeth,
it's
a
kind
blocky torso,
we're
a long neck.
assuming it doesn't have any other.
But it could have fins or limbs. You're right.
yeah,
it was just not
unfortunately
mentioned.
It was netted and snapping at people. That's
Yes.
the weird part too. Like
totally at ease above.
Yeah, where it
water,
and it was just trying to get people. What's that, man? Keep your kids away, dude.
Yeah, snap viciously at curiosity seekers who ventured too close to the net it was being kept in, which doesn't necessarily mean it's hyper aggressive. It's just defensive.
Yeah,
It's been captured. It's been pulled out of its element.
Of course, you're not gonna be like, "Oh, I'm glad he caught me."
Yeah, thanks. You want to pet me? You want to rub my belly? I'm a good boy.
So everything's a good boy. The good boys of the sea.
I mean,
my dog's my good boy, man. I ain't seen him all day. Poor little bastard.
And then, of course, our fucking
tassels.
balloon-headed eel.
Yeah, the balloon-headed eel is fucking weird.
It could be like a hydrocephalic fucking eel. It could just be a mutant.
Yeah, man. If something happened to it,
something strong enough to pull a boat with 4 fucking fishermen on it. That's kind of nuts.
Pretty crazy.
I don't know. That's one. Yeah.
But then again, I mean, like look around here, like Cuba Lake, where they have sturgeon. Like those things are fucking weird, dude.
Yeah,
they're creepy.
Primeval, fucking.
They have those weird
reptilian
scales
looking.
and they got that weird like Tommy Lee awful tribal tattoo on their back.
That's true.
Why do you want to see my dick? Like those things are enormous.
Sturgeons are always sending dick pics.
Dude, they're known for that. Those things are scary as shit too, though.
I think they look awesome. I don't think they're scary at all. When you really look at their faces, they're almost
fish, man,
cute.
They
Yeah,
out,
but they're
dude.
not like hyper predators. They're not like fucking barracuda or alligator gar.
Yeah, true.
There's a lot
true,
of
true.
nasty ass toothy or like those fucking tiger fish in Africa that are just like nightmare piranhas on steroids.
Yeah.
But with fucking teeth like the size of literal fucking tigers.
Yeah, man, those things are
terrifying.
That's creepy, dude.
Never. That's why fuck swimming in freshwater. Period.
Yeah,
I love pools. I love to
it.
swim. I will ocean swim. I won't go to a ridiculous depth.
Don't even trust that, man. Jellyfish.
I know. There's shady shit.
It's ready. They're always ready.
Like the last time I was in the ocean, I was on my honeymoon with my wife Nicole, and we were in Mexico. So I don't know what side I was on. I was near Chichen Itza. I don't know what ocean it was, but a wave hit me.
Atlantic side, I think.
I think a wave hit me, and there was a bunch of like flapping on my chest from the fish in the water, like hitting my nips and shit. Yeah, and I got fucking freaked out.
And it was nighttime?
No. You couldn't go on the beach at night because of the drug cartel.
Terrible time.
We tried to go night swimming, trying to get a little fancy out there in the ocean with my lady.
Mm-hmm.
And the armed guards were like, nope, you can't go out there because the drug cartels. I'm like, what do you mean, good sir? And they're like, they will capture you, and then they will ransom you or just kill you. I'm like, okay, fair enough. I'm going to go back to the bar.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why you're at a resort.
There you go. And that's why I don't go in the water anymore.
No, I mean, the last time I ocean swam, I know I've told this story before, but like I was in South Africa, and after it was night, and I was having a good old time. We were drunk and partying, and I was actually a little despondent, and I was fucking out deep, and then they shouted, "Oh, somebody got eaten here today."
That was 5 minutes ago.
That was the long walk back in. I was like, "Oh shit!"
That's where you kind of you swim fast, but sort of don't move.
Yeah,
like
and I was like way deeper than I am tall, and so it was just like no sudden movement, movement.
No.
Keep it easy. And then once I started walking, I remember you have to walk at an angle like to thwart the fucking tide or whatever.
That way they can't see you.
I swear it took 45 fucking minutes. It probably took 15, but it was fucking
You had a dune walk out of the water.
Oh, so scary.
Dune walk out of the water.
Jesus Christ.
What is that called? That shuffle there, so that the fucking Shia LaBeouf can't fucking.
I don't know, the dune shuffle.
The dune shuffle.
The erratic steps. Because if you have rhythmic stepping.
Can't remember it. I can't believe we can't fucking remember.
Non-Euclidean stepping.
Yes, there it is.
There you go. Non-Euclidean stepping.
All right, so the ocean is full of fucked up shit.
It's fucking crazy. I do love this. As much as I hate the ocean, I do love the creatures that come out of it because they are so fucking unique and so weird. And then dude, the barking dog.
Well, it's
come on,
really the final frontier of Earth. I mean,
100%.
There's stuff on land, but the water, I feel like,
isn't it that like we know
more
about like space when we know about the ocean? Is that true?
The common trope is, and it is technically true, that we know more about the surface of the moon than we do about the Earth's oceans.
Okay.
And they're vast, and they're hard to explore, and they're dangerous, and the pressure is intense. With increased technology, unmanned submersibles are going to really be able to discover shit. Who knows what AI is going to be able to figure out in terms of if the singularity ever comes in 2045 or whatever, where we can just really start scanning and probing if they have like some aqua lidar that'll. Hopefully, we will live long enough to see a huge rush, like the platinum age of fucking oceanic discovery. And be able to find out all sorts of creatures, because I do think, and it's a whole other pod that demands to be done, like the sea monster and sea serpent reports of back in the day that happened mostly before diesel engines and big motors that were vibrating and probably terrifying all sorts of things, when it was like clipper ships and sails and all that bullshit. There are probably a lot of these things. Some of them have been killed by pollution or God knows what, but a lot of them still existing out there. And if we can just find a way, we just can't be everywhere at once. We can barely be anywhere at any time in the ocean, much less deep in it. I mean, the surface is hard enough to scan. So hopefully a small, efficient, highly intelligent, maybe AI-driven technology will allow us to really learn. And then maybe we'll find out about our aquatic overlords and their USOs and all sorts of other shit, because, I mean, the oceans don't just hide unknown animals. That's a dead-up fact that we all agree on. it hides all sorts of fucked up mysteries, and maybe intelligence is greater than our own.
Dude, all that Tic Tac bullshit, that was all coming from the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, there's that big cross-shaped ship that came up, and then, like, no one talks about that fucking thing.
No, everyone acts like that's not part of, like, they thought it was a plane sinking at first.
Yeah, no, dude, it was a giant cross in the middle of the ocean that came up, and then this Tic Tac
Which could have
appeared.
been like a landing thing or a
Oh,
launching
yeah.
pad. It could have been another, like a mothership, and
Lake
then the Tic Tacs and
Ontario.
probes.
Lake Ontario allegedly has USOs all over. There's supposed to be an underwater alien base there. No
I
one
didn't
talks
even know
about
that.
it.
That's
Yeah,
like a hop
Ontario.
skip.
Dude,
Oh man,
it's
we should
right there.
let's go. Let's make a journey.
I mean, it's can't be that deep, right?
Oh, it's super deep.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we ain't going
Well, I
in.
feel like, I mean, the Great Lakes, I mean, it's a big
Yeah.
community of,
Yeah, alien ships and shit.
could be anythingness.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
And obviously Bessie,
Yeah.
Lake
Old
Erie
Greenie.
Monster, Old Greenie, that's
Yeah.
local Cuba Lake. Even old in our very, very close lake, our hometown Lake Owasco has some from the 70s and some, I think, from the turn of the century reports,
Really?
but they're very sporadic. And obviously
Huh.
people are out there all the fucking time. So if there ever
Yeah.
was something, I wished every time I drove by it, because we all grew up here, I thought, oh, I want to see that head and neck so bad. Never did. But I don't think there's probably anything there now, if indeed there ever was.
Did I ever tell the story about when I worked for the water plant that we got a call about a lake monster that washed up on shore?
No.
And it turned out it was there's a monster that's on the shore. Like, what the fuck? And we show up and it was a cow carcass because it had fallen into the ice, froze. But then this enormous...
Was it decomposed enough to be mysterious?
It was a big pile of blubbery shit.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
So that's
see?
where you get the globster effect.
know-
That's where you get that fucking, it's an unidentified sea monster or lake monster in this case, and it's a fucking cow.
The worst
Yep.
part is how do we get this thing in a truck?
Oh, you guys had to dispose of it?
I didn't. No, I was like, you better call the county for this because I don't have a loader to pick this fucking pile of
What's the water
decaying
department
bullshit.
supposed to do with fucking farm animal carcasses? Jesus.
Well, it because it's a whole like DEC like reportable incident because it's where we get our drinking water from. So like if it's it wasn't anywhere near like where our water intake is, where like we get those blue-green algae things.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything like that, like if literally if somebody finds a turd near a dock, we have to go down there and get the turd, put it into a cup, and be like, we gotta go test the turd. To see if it's
that's
human.
true. I mean,
in case anyone's like dumping their like outhouses and shit like into the lake.
Oh man.
But I mean,
I'm glad you're doing it.
This is back in 1997 when I was but a lad, pre-Woodstock Mark.
still,
Yeah.
this is why we have health rules and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's very important. It is very important.
Do not complain.
No, don't. There it is. Creepy, fucking crazy shit in the ocean, seas, and river. No
rivers.
River. No rivers.
Ponds?
Puddles. Yeah.
But I was going to say puddle monsters?
Yeah, there you go. And the waterways of the world.
We're not even dealing with brackish water today.
Exactly,
We're doing
no.
straight
This is
oceans and
straight
seas.
ocean.
Oh, yeah.
I
Even though
love it.
I don't think we did any seas, but we could have done seas.
I don't even know the difference, man.
They're smaller.
I don't know, dude.
The Mediterranean is not an ocean.
Man.
I'm telling you what it is.
I believe you.
I know, I'm literally telling you what it is. Yeah.
You're like, no, I just don't know. I'm like, it's fucking small.
Smaller, no, but still, I don't understand what smaller means.
Oh, shit. There you have it. Thank you all so very much for joining us. The Cryptonaut Podcast. Be careful when you're out there in those oceans swimming.
Yeah.
Be sure to keep an eye on shit going on around you. If you happen
Always.
to come across one of these puppins, just let your boy Mark know.
Oh, my God. You want one. You want a good boy so bad.
If you find one of them waterborne good boys, let me know, and I'm going to go there and take that little puppin.
That just sounds wrong.
He's a good little guy, man. He's a little friend.
Okay.
That's why I call Leo.
Get a lot of
Leo is
potatoes.
my good little friend.
Stock
Okay,
up
well,
on
you just
potatoes.
sound like a creep.
He's my little doggy.
This is a good little friend.
You've seen him. He's like
He's
a
my
little
friend.
fox. He's a little tiny fox.
He
He's
is a
got a little
cutie.
bit of hair. He's
Okay.
got crazy ears.
Kind
Barks
of adorable.
Fucking everything.
Little annoying,
Wakes me up a lot.
but very cute.
He is. Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
no, I have no issues with your dog.
Be sure to follow us on the social medias, the Instas and the Twitters and the Facebooks, where there Robert is on Instagram and Christopher is on Instagram. And I tag you both when I put up the posts for the thumbnail for our YouTube channel, which is at youtube.com/Cryptonaut Podcast. Be sure to go there and check that out. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. Upvote, like, Leave comments. If you got videos of shit that you want us to check out over there, like video reaction and stuff, send us those links. We love to check that kind of stuff out. Let us know what you want to see because you are the viewer. So do all that there. patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. $1 is a shout out. $5 is a shout out. And no more than 4 bonus audios. And we have got some videos that we've been doing. And I got to say, last week, no spoilers. They're not up yet. We're back cataloging them. But the video that we did last week might be the high point of the pod. Of all the things we've ever done, that video that we did may be the pinnacle of our work, honestly.
It was something the fuck
It's the pinnacle of something.
No, it honestly might be one of the best moments that have ever been captured, and I cannot wait for that tier to launch, for that to come out. I'm so fucking excited. So check that out. That is coming soon. HellerSpace.com. Get yourself some merch. Also, 2 exclusive merch over at CrowdMade. CryptonautMerch.com. CrowdMade exclusive Mr. Top Purse. We got the OG Loveland Frog. We got the t-shirt. We got the long sleeve. We got the woman's V-neck. We got the kids. We got the mug. And we got the sticker sheet over there. So check that out.
And more to come.
And, of course, we will still have TeePublic available. Also, too, I've gotten some messages from some folks. Our shit, actually, this is from our boy Literal Jesus over on Discord. Our shit is not for sale on Redbubble. If you go to Redbubble and you see our shit, it is not ours. Redbubble fucking owns TeePublic, and we have been over this countless times. And I have sent the links, and they've been removed, and then the shit gets put back up there. It is a never-ending cycle of bullshit that we cannot stop. So don't buy anything unless you're at hellerspace.com or cryptonautmerch.com. We don't sell shit on Redbubble. We don't sell shit on Etsy. We don't sell shit on Amazon or eBay.
Nope.
Yeah, anywhere.
Because randomly our shit pops up on eBay. Like,
yeah, a couple
from
things.
Italy. Why? What are you doing? Like, what the fuck? What are you trying to bootleg our shit in Italy for? Come on. Enough. Whatever. Anyway, so there. Check that out. That's it. That's all the closing arguments I had.
Well done.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good.
I think you won this case.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, just buy our shit, just not from, people that fucking... The Amazon bed sheet, though, was kind of cool. I kind of want to get it.
There's a bed sheet?
It was a whole bedroom set. There was a bed sheet, like a comforter.
I know.
And there was pillowcases, but it was us.
Why don't we do that?
It's expensive.
Oh, too bad.
It would cost us a lot to make it.
And who would really want that?
I would fucking do that in a heartbeat. Get a blanket with a picture of us on there and just cuddle up every night.
Is it like the black and white one?
It's the Plan 9.
Oh.
Yeah, where it's like, good night, guys.
I could definitely fall asleep under that.
Yeah. That's probably some garbagey comforter, but... So anyway, there you have it.
Yeah, we can't endorse this shit.
No, we
what
can't endorse
doing?
that shit. No, never mind. I remember I bought that pillow, the bootleg pillow.
I love
it.
it.
All fucked up.
Yeah, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was so garb.
Exactly. Oh, shit, before we leave, we got to give a shout out to our buddy, Mr. Ryan Mills from A Random Shoppy. Random Shop. He sent us... we got a super dope Mothman. We got Hodag. We got 2 super cool Fresno Nightcrawlers. A wicked dope bobblehead Sasquatch over there. And you can check him out.
Oh, and the Sam the Sandown Ghost Clown Redux.
It's a new one, which is
2.0
super
Sam.
cool.
With Mike. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much. I came in to the studio and I saw them all like on the shelf next to me. I'm like, the fuck just happened? This is great. Thank you.
It's so awesome. And again, there's Ryan Mills. He's done all kinds of cool 3D printed like figures and stuff for us that he sells at etsy.com/shop/a-random shop. It's SHOPPE Shoppe.
Oh, a Shoppe.
Shoppe. So be sure to check out Ryan's
Old
work. He's
world.
awesome. He's also on our Discord all the time. He hangs out there for all of our events and shit. Thank you so much there. Ryan, all the Discord folks, we appreciate it. There you have it.
Always.
We'll be talking to you soon.
See you next week. Stay out of
See
the
you
fucking
next
water. Stay
week.
on land. Bye.
There you go. There
Yeah.
it is.
Fuck fresh water.
Fuck it.
But enjoy the ocean. And if you're out there, keep that cell phone ready.
I don't even know about that.
Don't keep
it
your cell
ready.
phone in the water, dog. It's gonna be all fucked up. The cool pad's gonna drown.
All right, well, waterproof it. I don't know.
The
like,
cool
get
pad's
the case.
It's gonna drown.
Hopefully they have better phones than me.
Wetsuits. We at least wear a wetsuit in the ocean. Beware jellyfish.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Salt.
Yeah.
It's bad for you.
And if you fucking happen to catch one of these things,
Keep it.
save it for fucking science.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Just take a shitload of
Just
pictures
call
or
science
something.
in the yellow book.
Just do a TikTok.
Fucking
Yeah,
figure it
1-800
out.
science.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. Fucking just someone call science. That's what I would say. Call
Immediately.
science. Yeah, exactly.
I've sometimes thought, like, what the fuck could I do? I'd probably like bring it to the local community college and find like a biology professor and be like, dude, I don't fucking know, but you can do better than me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how the movie starts.
Yeah. And it totally reminds me of Gremlins. The way Zach Galligan brings the fucking Mogwai to his ex.
They do a thing. They go to the place, discover the fucking cave with the whole family of them, and a plot to destroy the Earth.
Oh no! Not
That's
the
what happens.
Possibly a curse.
No! Oh, the Mogwai curse of the ocean. No, it's sad.
I don't know. No one said anything about gremlins in the water, but
You talked about Mogwai.
I didn't.
You can't put the gremlins in the water. That's how you make more gremlins.
That's true. Like if you literally dropped
not
one in
listening
the
to me.
ocean, it would suck.
Yeah, dude. It would fuck everything up.
Oh, that'd be a terrible.
Yeah, but
terrible
salt water might do
situation.
the opposite.
Hey, you're right. No one ever specified.
Oh, okay.
But they just said wet.
Let's try it.
No one said that's going to be Gremlins. Gremlins 3.
Yeah, no doubt. The Dippening.
By James Cameron. There you go. Oh.
All right, let's go.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Bye, Cameron.